Hi there, I'm an Ultimate Iron Man. Sort of. I've divided the Runescape map into 18 regions, all with their own custom-built task system. These tasks provide rewards to me, such as XP and supplies. Every week, I will randomly select one of these regions and I'll be locked to it for 9 hours. Once up, my inventory and ward equipment will be wiped. My bank will be operating on a store-only basis, which means I can never take items out of it. I have compiled a list of RuneScape bosses, and the goal of this series is to kill all of them at least once. With every boss killed for the first time, I'm awarded either the choice of an additional region every week, or the ability to carry over one inventory slot every single week. Lastly, all of this content will be streamed live at twitch.tv/MrFrogRS, so be sure to join in. If you need any more information, make sure you check out the description, or just leave a comment. Without further ado, I bring you Regional Rumble! So stupid. Right, with all that said, we are going to now roll ourselves 4 new regions for next week of Regional Rumble. We are hoping for Lumbridge. That would be a very nice one to get. Absolutely fantastic. I'm happy with those. Plenty of progress to be done. Very relieved, actually, very relieved to get some of those regions. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up here. Let's head over to another week of Regional Rumble. Hello and welcome to another episode of Regional Rumble. This week we have ourselves both the Kourend regions, that is north and south. Of course there is still Kebos, but I'm not really counting that in this equation. We have never had north and south Kourend at the same time. And this is week 56, I think? So we've been doing this for quite a while now. And it is very surprising to think that we still haven't had it. Well, I mean, this week we have, but it means we can do stuff like Client of Kourend. We can do a few of the Kourend quests. Some of them need to go into Kebos to complete, so we won't be able to do them. But we will be able to make a big dent into all the quests over there, which pushes us towards a Kingdom Divided, which of course is a massive one to get done. Not only for the progression of the account, but also for a task in, I believe, the southern Kourend area? I can't remember which region it's in. It's either southern or northern Kourend, but one of them has a task where I need to complete a Kingdom Divided, and that'll be massive to get ticked off. We also have ourselves Lumbridge, of course, which is why we're here right now, and the Feldips. Now, the Feldips isn't really going to help us that much this week, but Lumbridge is huge because it means we can get rid of these chickens. We can do a few tiny little steps towards animal magnetism, which is of course our top priority at the moment, so I'm going to be slowly working towards that. But let's get ourselves the timer started, and the first thing I'm going to do is grab myself a pickaxe. I forgot what they were called for a second. We're going to grab ourselves a pickaxe from the top of Lumbridge, and we're going to get ourselves some iron bars. And the reason I want to get these iron bars is because we're going to need them at the next step of animal magnetism. And I figured I might as well get them now and just save myself some time. A lederhosen hats from a random. We will be able to store that in the house this week. I want to collect up all of these so we can start getting lamps from these randoms, because that'd be pretty nice. Come on, we got 7. We can do this. There we go. 5. Very nice. Right, Ava, I've got 8 iron bars. You only need 5. Well, actually, you don't need the 5. I need to give you the undead chickens. And then I need to go speak to the witch, who is just over there. You can see her on the mini-map. The blue dot, because I've got the colorblind thing on. I can't even click her. There she is, there. The witch. We're going to have to hand her the 5 iron bars, which will get us something called selected iron. I will need to take that to Remington Mine. Of course, I can't do that this week, but that means we've only got to have 1 carryover rather than 2. So that's going to free up a slot, which is going to be really nice. But there we go. That's the selected iron done. Like I said, we can't do that this week, but that means that's only taking up 1 inventory slot rather than the 2. Right, now it's time to head over to Kourend, where we're going to be spending most of this episode. I'm going to go grab the Graceful from the house, which, God bless, we have got. And, of course, the house is still in southern Kourend from last week. So that means you don't even have to pay to move it either. And we'll be able to do ourselves those quests, including, I believe, we can complete Depths of Despair, the Forsaken Tower and Queen of Thieves. But I think we can only start Tale of the Righteous and the Ascent of Arceus, because I believe both of them take us into Kebos. Hello, Mr. Veos. It is about time we can start this quest and actually do it. So, I believe we just do advice on Kourend or something. I can't really remember how we start this, but I do remember it is a very simple quest. We just get the parchment thing. We use the feather on it. Get ourselves the quill. I killed a chicken for this, by the way. And then we should be able to complete ourselves this quest. I'm in the wrong building. General store's next door. What am I doing? Just walked into this bloke's house. My bad. Cool. That is the final one done. Time to head back to Veos. And we can top off this quest. I have also realised that we have 3.9% until we finish off the Loverkench Favour. And we will be able to do the Forsaken Tower this week. So that's going to give us the final bit of percentage for that. And top off every single house in Kourend. I mean, we're going to get scrolls from the others, and they're going to go completely to waste, but it is what it is. Oh, we've got to do this bit. I completely forgot about this bit, but shouldn't take too long to do. We'll be able to finish off this quest. Cool. Alright, that should be the final step of the quest. Let's talk about your client, and I believe we can now finish Client of Kourend while Veos takes an overload. That is quest complete. There we go. Oh, I just realized we get a favour certificate from here, which I could just shove on Loverkench, and that's going to complete it anyway. Well, that just makes all the quests completely useless, but I suppose, I mean, at least we could do this. And that's going to be Loverkench favour done. That's all the favours of the houses done. That means doing the individual quests, the little scroll you get is completely worthless now, because I did all the favour before doing the quests. But anyway, we can do ourselves the antique lamp, and we'll get ourselves some XP. Not a lot of XP, but we're going to be shoving this onto Slayer. 500. Does that get us a level? 51 Slayer. Unlocks nothing. Great. Let's get another 500 Slayer XP. Very nice. I'm guessing that we don't have any charge on this because we haven't done any of the quests. But once we do, we'll actually have some teleports around. I won't be able to recharge it because obviously you need, I believe, body, mind, soul, and lore runes to do so. And that's kind of inconvenient to get. I believe Thomas Laurie, you are the guy I need to speak to start this quest. We're going to be doing the Queen of Thieves first. I figured I'm just in the area, so we might as well get that done. Plus, we should be able to complete this entire quest, unlike Tale of the Righteous and Ascent of Arceus, which obviously is going to require us going to Kebos. I will be starting those quests and getting to the point where I can't do any more, hoping that in the future when we get Kebos, I won't need to bring any items over with me. If not, then I suppose I'll just have to worry about that in the future. But for now, we're going to take out the Queen of Thieves. Let's get this quest done. Let's murder Conrad King. We're going to do it softly, even though that's not physically possible, and slap him over the head with a dragon longsword. Get wrecked. Alright, Queen of Thieves should be completed now. There we go, we've got some money. Thieving XP. Yeah, about this page, I don't need to talk to you. This is going to do absolutely nothing. Yay, favour that I didn't need. Got ourselves the page, we can put that in the book. Cool, we've got some teleports now. We are going to work our way towards doing the Depths of Despair next, I think, because we can finish that one as well, and then we'll work on the Forsaken Tower. And after that, I'll do as much as I can of the other two quests. Hey, got ourselves a camo top from a random event. Figured I'd get that one done as well. That reminds me, I've still got to store the lederhosen hat as well, so we're going to head down there. I think I have myself a chest here, otherwise I'm going to have to go make one. Yeah, I think I have one. Alright, well, we're going to have to build this at some point. We've got the woodcutting guild, so it's not a big deal, but just kind of annoying, really. And there we go, that's Depths of Despair completed. 4,000 coins, some agility XP, a favour certificate for absolutely no benefit. If only it made it so that we could have 110%, wouldn't that be cool? We're just going to grant this anyway, even though it does absolutely nothing. But that's another quest complete, and another page for the book. Nice. Next up is Forsaken Tower. After this, I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break. We're going to be working on some construction stuff, because I want to get the chest built in the house. And I can't actually complete the other two quests anyway. So we're probably going to take a quick hiatus. I want to get some construction levels as well, so that I can put my house in other regions. It gives us more flexibility for using our POH in the future.
Hello there.
Bye.
I didn't mean to click that. I didn't realise that was an option. He just said hello, goodbye. Well, that was an interesting conversation. Right, let's finish off this quest. That'll be the third quest of Kourend done. The last one we can actually complete, as I was saying before. But still, this is another one to get done. We're going to get ourselves another favour certificate, which obviously, once again, is going to do absolutely nothing. But also a tiny bit of XP. Some coins, I guess, are useful, but the rest of it is very minuscule. Obviously, I was meant to have done this quest ages ago, but we never got lucky to get the correct regions. It is now done. We're going to read the favour certificate, get absolutely nothing. But that's another quest done. Right, so next up, we are going to work on some construction. The first thing I'm going to do is head over to Arceus. We're going to grab ourselves an air staff. Then I'm going to be going down to Lumbridge. We're going to go over to Ali Morrisane. We're going to buy some lore runes off of him. I'm also going to grab some earth runes while I'm over here, because that'll allow us to teleport to house. And if you've been watching the Overzeahlous series, you'll see how I did construction on that. It's going to be fairly similar. Just want to train a few levels, maybe get 50. I might go a bit further than that, depending on how fast I can gain some XP. But I also want to build the chest in the house to store the random event gear. Right, we've got ourselves, well, I had 50 lore runes, I just used one to get it back, but we've got ourselves at least 50 teleports. I bought a pack of earth runes, that's why I've got about 100. If I need to get more lore runes, I'll just home teleport and buy some more, but as you can see here, they're 300 each, so I didn't want to over-invest if I wasn't going to do that much construction. We're going to head over to the woodcutting guild now. I'm going to get myself an axe, and I'm going to spend a good while training construction. I don't know how much I'm going to do. I'll probably cut out a lot of this, but I do want to get some construction levels done. It doesn't say on here, but it will allow me to put the house in different regions, and that's like the main reason I want to do this. Not to mention it's really handy for the future anyway. Alright, got myself some oak planks. We're going to get this box built just for now so I can place these two items in it. As for the next one, the teak one, obviously I don't have the equipment for it right now. I'm going to need teak planks, which I believe the only way I can get them this week is by killing gang members. Not too worried about it right this second. I'm just going to train construction, but I wanted to get rid of them so I had some more inventory space to work with. We are a bit clogged up. It might be worth me dropping the storing the graceful. I really don't know. I also went with an Addy axe because I didn't want to spend 40,000 GP on a rune one when I'm only going to do a little bit of construction. Plus, the fact that's a lot of planks. Alright, unfortunately, I think I'm only going to be able to get this level here. I think I'm going to have to stop at 49 because I'm not going to have enough money to get the next one. I wanted to get 50 so I'd be able to move my house to Yanil if I ever needed to. But honestly, one level I should be able to get with like random stuff, like if I do some Wintertodt or something, because I will be needing to do that in the future. Obviously that's going to give me construction XP as well, and that should give me what I need. You might also be wondering why I'm missing 2 pieces of graceful. That's just so I could teleport, sorry, not teleport, so I could build 2 larders instead of a larder and 2 tables, because that was a really awkward build to do. Alright, so I changed my mind. That is going to be 50 construction. Now, the reason I changed my mind was because I worked it out and I realised I still had enough money to finish off getting 50, and we've still got ourselves just under 20k GP left. It does mean I've used most of my GP, but now I can put my house in Yanil, so it's worth it. Right, so this may surprise you. Probably not, actually, because I did mention it earlier on. But the next thing we're going to be doing is a little bit of Wintertodt. I want to try and get myself some pieces of Pyromancer to store in the house. Because there is a hard task where I need to wear the full set of Pyromancer. And I'll be doing that at a later date because I've still got the other medium tasks to do. Which I probably will be doing in this episode at some point when I get around to it. But the reason I'm in Lumbridge is because I wanted to get some warm clothing. But I've never done a holiday event. So we don't have any. And there's only 2 items I can think of right now that are going to give me protection, and that is the Fire Staff and the Clue Hunter Top. So I'm going to be hunting them down, and in the meantime trying to think of anything else that could protect me from the cold. This should be the Clue Hunter Garb. There we go, we got that. That is a warm item clothing, or warm, yeah, a warm item of clothing. I don't know what I'm saying really, I'm losing my English language right now. I'm going to go up to Northern Kourend. And in Arceus there is a staff shop. We're going to buy ourselves a fire staff. But honestly, I can't really think of anything else that I could access this week that would give me warm clothing. So we're just going to hope that we get super lucky and get a Pyromancer piece really early. I'm going to be doing this on the mass worlds. Normally I would do solos, but I mean, for one, I don't have warm clothing. And secondly, I don't really have an hour of time to commit all at once right now. So I'm going to stick with the mass worlds for the bit. And most of the items I'm going to get from here I'm going to get rid of anyway. Coins are basically the only things I really need. So we're going to be looking for them. Thank you for the fire staff. Our inventory is pretty poor, although I can get rid of this saw now. That sort of rhymed. I'm gonna need that. I've also got a spare spade in with the leprechaun, so I can get rid of that. Plus, spades are super easy to come by. So I've cleared up some space. I could go and store this in the house, but then I'd have to walk all the way back up, and I don't even think it's worth it just for the one inventory space. In fact, I'm going to wear this right now just so I get the little bit of energy restoration and the weight loss. I don't know if the weight loss is going to matter, but still. Let's make our way up to Wintertodt, and we can get started on one of the most hated activities in the game for me. Just number 1. What do we get from this? Just a single maple. Wait, we have Lumbridge. Don't I need to grow a maple tree in Lumbridge? That's actually super useful. And we got some coins as well. 2 lots of coins. Nice. I'm going to hold on to this because I think I need it for Lumbridge. And I'm also going to grab myself a knife. Because I think that's going to help me. If I could figure out where the knives are. I think it's going to help me get points a little bit quicker. Because I nearly didn't get the 500 for that run. Well, I just got absolutely destroyed. Let's take a look at the chat here. So we took Wintertodt damage. Consume the wines, Wintertodt damage, consume the wine, Wintertodt damage, consume the wine, Wintertodt. I got absolutely decimated within like 30 seconds, and now I have no food, so I don't believe you can fletch here, so that is very annoying. Very annoying indeed. That's another run, another chest. Ooh, we got ourselves a Wintertodt. That is a collection log slot. Done. It's also a warm item, so I guess I can equip that instead of the fire staff and then drop the tinderbox. It gives me an extra inventory space. I've got to be honest, this is kind of brutal with the space that I actually have. And the amount of damage I'm taking because I don't have all the warm items. I'm getting about 2 kills per trip, and I'm going to have to go and restock now on some food. I want to get an invent of chocolate cakes, which I tried to do in the last run, but I didn't realise that if I stole from the cake store in Overzeahlous that the baker in the centre of Kourend wouldn't trade with me. So I'm hoping that cooldown has passed now, and I can get myself some chocolate. So it's going to be a little bit of a detour, but I think I'm actually going to go ahead and use this maple seed. I believe I need a basket of oranges to protect it, which I am going to use. I can get them from a charter ship, and thankfully we have Feldips. The other 3 regions we have don't have access to a charter ship, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, you can buy oranges from them. I'll be able to get myself a basket from Overzeahlous, which I'm going to go over to in a minute. We're just going to sell this off because I don't need that anymore now that we've got the Wintertodt, which is amazing. We're going to go down to Overzeahlous, and we'll grab ourselves the basket. Then I'm going to minigame over to Fishing Trawler, which is part of the Feldips region, and we'll be able to get ourselves some oranges. And then, of course, home teleport. We'll plant ourselves the maple seed, and that will grow into a maple tree. Unfortunately, we will not be able to claim the task this week because it's going to take too long to grow. But it does mean that next time we get Lumbridge, it will be fully grown, and we will be able to tick that off as a medium task in the Lumbridge area. And once we finally get Temple of the Eye completed, and we can do some Guardians of the Rift, we'll be able to complete the final medium task in the Lumbridge area, which is pretty cool. We'll be able to progress onto the hard ones. I don't think I can do them for a while. I can't remember what they are, but I don't remember them being doable. But it'd still be nice to get the medium ones out of the way. Time to plant ourselves a maple sapling. Go ahead with that and pay the basket of oranges. Do not walk away. Pay. There we go. Now that is definitely not going to die. So that is basically a guaranteed task completed in the future. We just now need to wait for it to grow. Burnt pages. I really don't need them. I just want a pyro piece. Please. So I just got myself a pair of warm gloves, and I've gone to check the clip, and apparently it didn't save. So that clip's been deleted. But we've got ourselves some warm gloves. I would like to get some pyromancer pieces, but it is nice to have an extra item of warm clothing. We've got 3 now, and an extra wasted inventory slot. But I will switch these over with the POH at some point when I next go down there. Everyone's favourite level, 69 fire making, and we get ourselves a combat task of leaving no one behind. I believe that is the task for not letting a single pyromancer die. I'm not even the one healing them, but I'll take it. Right, so we have done a chunk of Wintertodt. I've hopped off the Wintertodt world now. Unfortunately, we didn't get any pyromancer pieces. As you'd have seen, we did get the warm gloves and the Wintertodt, which we could both store in the house. I mean, to be fair, they're probably the better items to get because I can take these out without needing the rest of the set. So when it comes to doing Wintertodt in the future, we have them available to us. So I'm going to head down to the house now, and we are going to store them. We've got ourselves just under 29 minutes left, and I think what I'm going to spend that time doing is starting the other 2 Kourend quests and seeing if I can get myself a medium task done in the Northern Kourend area. If not, I'm totally happy to do it in the future. It's not too major. Alright, let's start Tale of the Righteous. See how much of this we can get done before they send us over to Kebos, and we'll have to abandon it. So, I was just getting some runes for Tale of the Righteous because I need to cast a few spells, and I decided, while in the area, let's go ahead and start the Ascent of Arceus, which is another quest that we're not going to be able to finish, but I'm going to try and get as much of it done as I can in the next 16 minutes before we end this episode. Okay, that's Quidamortem. Right, so that is going to be the last step of this quest that we can do. That means we move on to the Ascent of Arceus. With 9 minutes remaining, we should be able to get a decent amount of this quest done, hopefully to the point where it goes to Kebos. Oh, 2 minutes left, and we have done the final step of this quest. The next step is to go over to Karalum, which is in Kebos, so we can't do that. I'm going to teleport down to my house. We're going to store up our Graceful so I don't forget, and I'll probably just, I don't know, whack some stuff with me to get a little bit of XP before the end of the episode. That is going to be another episode of Regional Rumble completed. Alright, with that week over, we are going to be carrying over the top 12 slots of our inventory. That is the Cash Pile, the Rune Crossbow, the Bolt Pouch, the Selected Iron, which is for the Animal Magnetism quest, Barkle Card, Helm of Natives Knot, the Holy Symbol, Red DI Body, Dragon Longsword, Dragon Defender, Rune Boots, and 3 Lore Runes, which I was trying to get more of, but I didn't have enough time. But we are going to roll ourselves some more regions for next week of Regional Rumble, hoping for Asgarnia. That gives us another step towards Animal Magnetism getting completed. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Okay, yeah, I'm not too. Yeah, they're pretty good. Honestly, I've got some plans. I'm not out of content just yet. Don't you worry. So let's move on to another week of Regional Rumble.